All right. Assalamualaikum, everyone. Welcome to our second Merit Badge meeting. This one is going to be about personal fitness, inshallah. And before we start, we're going to have Fateh Shehzad give us a dua to start. Bismillah.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم قل أعوذ برب الناس ملك الناس إله الناس من شر الوسواس الخناس الذي يوسوس في صدور الناس من الجنة والناس.
Jazakallah khairan. Really appreciate it. All right, so I'm going to share my screen here, and we are going to go right here. I'm going to start this presentation, inshallah. All right, so personal fitness merit badge. Okay, now I know last time we worked on personal management merit badge, and I'm hoping that you guys are all filling out your worksheets and going through all of the exercises. This one's also another long one. This one is a 12-week merit badge as well, and it does require some actual fitness and some other elements, and you're going to see that as we go through this. All right, so the personal fitness merit badge. This merit badge is required to earn the Eagle Scout rank. This is one of the Eagle required merit badges. Make sure that you have a current personal fitness merit badge workbook. There's a 2020 printing. I sent the link and the QR code to the WhatsApp thread. You're going to see it later in the slides. And this does include a 12-week regimen of documented fitness measurements. So make sure with the blue card, and now if you don't have one, it's okay, I will get you one. But when you do get one of these cards, what you're going to do is you're going to have to, in the blocks that you see, sort of, can you see my mouse, everyone?
Yep.
Okay, good. This area that looks like like basically a spreadsheet in the middle of this card, this area, what you're going to do is you're going to put down the numbers 1 through 9 on here. And then after that, I'm going to put the dates of approval and my initials on this as evidence that you've completed those requirements. There's 9 requirements for the personal fitness merit badge. You're going to write down your application for the merit badge. You're going to put your name, your address, your city. You're going to click on Boy Scout of Troop 99 in this area right here. You're going to put your name, address, your city. You're going to click on Boy Scout. You're going to write down troop on this line. And right here where it says number, you're going to write 99. In this area where it says district, you're going to write Chippewa. And in the council area, you're going to write 3 fires. And then later on, this is where I, as the unit leader, would also sign and date this once it's completed. All right, and you're also going to write council 3 fires, yeah. All right, now on the other side of the card, you're going to fill out all 3 vertical sections, just the top parts of it, really putting down the merit badge name, which is, in this case, does everyone know the name of this merit badge? Anyone? Bueller?
Personal fitness.
Nice job, Ibrahim. Well done. Excellent. I'm going to make this more interactive. All right, Zaid Mujahid is admitting. Okay. So he's just admitting. Assalamualaikum, Zaid. All right. So you're going to fill out the tops of these. You're going to write down your name on the top line of these 2 boxes right here. And on this one, you're going to write down the merit badge, which is personal fitness. You're going to write the name of the counselor. That's me. You don't have to write down the address and all this. I'll put that in. But after you do that, then what you're going to do is you're going to also put the Troop 99. I don't know why it's going ahead so fast, but you're going to write down the merit badge as well. All right, this is the key. I need you all, also with the last merit badge, I need you all to fill this workbook out. This workbook, it is a PDF. If you have a phone right now, take it out, take a picture of this. It'll take you to this workbook, or you just type in this address, and I've already posted it to the chats as well. It's a shortened URL, but it takes you straight to the PDF. You can either, if you want to fill it out online, I don't exactly know how it saves. I just find it a lot easier just to print it, write it out by hand, and bring it when we go over everything. Okay, the Boy Scouts is a little bit more old school usually, but they are trying to get a little bit more tech savvy, but not totally yet. There's also the pamphlet. This pamphlet's got everything that you need for this merit badge in it. This pamphlet, if you click on this QR code as well, it'll take you straight to this PDF that has the entire pamphlet in it. And it's great reading. Honestly, I learned a lot when I was going through it as well, when I was putting this slide presentation together.
Keep in mind, guys, that's all you would say.
Yeah.
A lot of this stuff is just basic stuff you already know or that you did in gym class. Like a lot of, I know everyone who's in public school, I know for sure knows basic fitness testing that we do beginning and end of every semester. A lot of this is like that. And so it's all very basic stuff, which is why it's easier to just print this out because a lot of this stuff you're just writing from memory.
This is true. Thank you, Zaid. But personal fitness is not just physical. There's 4 components or elements that are considered in the concept of personal fitness merit badge. One of them is social fitness. One of them is mental and emotional fitness. One of them is spiritual fitness. And the other is physical health or physical fitness. That's obviously the major component of it, but there are social, mental, and spiritual aspects to this badge as well. So one of the things that's really important is the thing called the physical. Does anyone know where you go to get a physical done? Anyone?
Doctor's office.
That's correct. You go to a doctor's office to get a physical. Excellent, Ibrahim. So most doctor's offices, you're going to have you or your parents fill out a personal and medical questionnaire when you go there. And it asks about diseases that you or your family members have had, any allergic reactions, and any medications that you take. So what are they going to ask you? And this, by the way, you're going to see on the titles of almost all these slides, if it says a number next to it, it's associated with something in your workbook that you want to write in, okay? You don't have to write every word down, but I do want you to get the gist of all this. So the healthcare worker, the doctor, the nurse, or the physician's assistant is going to ask you about a few things. They're going to ask you about your psychological, mental, social traits. They're going to ask you about your nutritional habits. They're going to ask you about your physical activity. They're going to ask you about your family circumstances. Is there a family history of, let's say, diabetes or heart disease or stroke? So what's included in the physical? Anyone know some of the things that happen when you go in for a physical?
A blood test.
Blood test sometimes, yes.
Blood pressure.
Blood pressure, that's right in the picture, absolutely. Any other measurements that they check right when you walk in, before you even see the doctor? A couple of measurements that they usually take.
Your height and weight.
Height and weight, I heard that. Good job, Ayad. Ibrahim as well, excellent. So height and weight is the first thing they do. They also check your heart rate, your blood pressure. They check your heart and lung sounds, make sure that they sound good. They also examine the EENT. Anyone know what EENT stands for?
No.
Okay, that's honest, I like that. Anyone want to guess? What's one of the things that they do? They take this little light and they start looking around at your
Eye.
eyes, yes.
Mouth, ears.
Yes, there's nose, ears, nose. The first E is eyes, ears, nose, and throat. Eye, ears, nose, and throat. Excellent. So there's the eyes, ears, nose, and throat. They examine those. They usually skip the T because they leave it to other people. But they look at those and make sure that nothing else is going wrong with those areas. Anything else that they check? They check your reflexes. Do you remember that little rubber mallet? They'll sort of tap your knee with it.
Yeah.
Triangular looking rubber mallet usually. They tap your knee, they check to see if your knee reflexes properly when they hit certain tendons, right? They check it on a few areas. So why is this physical examination important? Anyone want to chime in on this? Why it's so important?
To see if you're healthy and strong.
Yeah. Good job, Bashir. See if you're healthy. Anything else? It's okay. They're going to look for any symptoms or conditions that might need to be treated. They're going to look for all these, and you might not even thought that these symptoms are anything bad. You might not even give them a second thought, but they could be something that's going on, underlying, right? So why do we need a physical examination? These regular exams help you keep track of your health. The physician monitors your health, records the changes. It's important later in life when your complete medical history is needed as well. Regular visits and exams help to maintain your physical health. And many diseases are preventable. All right, So one of the things that you want to do is you want to get a physical examination. You want to go to your doctor. You want to get this form filled out. I think everyone in the troop right now has a current physical exam on file. If you don't have one, scan this little QR code when it's back up on YouTube, or go to this bit.ly/Scout medical forms. You can also just Google Scout medical examination form and you'll find it there. But that's important for camping trips. Inshallah, we're going to start soon. All right, disease prevention, new topic. All right. Now, when we're talking about disease prevention, what things make you susceptible to disease, right? What kinds of things? Things like daily habits, interacting with others, right? We know right now with the COVID crisis, interacting with someone without a mask on, if someone coughs right in your face and they have COVID and you don't have a mask on, what's the risk of you getting it, right? That interaction can lead to disease if we don't take the proper measures, correct? So it's important to safeguard yourself. Make sure you take precautions, right? But other things, right? Poor eating habits, they weaken the body. If we eat really unhealthy things, guess what happens to our body? It becomes unhealthy. If we're only eating sugars and starches and carbs all day, right? And we're not taking in much protein, and we're not taking in any vegetables or fruit, it's going to affect us. We're not going to be as healthy, right? Weak muscles also make us more vulnerable to injuries. And not dressing warmly in the wet and cold weather. All these things help prevent disease, right? Let's say I went outside this morning. A few of my friends went hiking this morning. I didn't go because it was -4. But anyways, they went out. Do you think that they dressed warmly? Scouts?
No.
You do not think that they dressed warmly? They did. They had to dress warmly. If they went out in this weather, they had to dress really warm. They had to wear, waterproof clothing, waterproof boots. Some of them also had those crampons on their shoes. Some of them had snowshoes. Some of them had cool hiking sticks, 2 of them on each person, because it was dangerous out there. But they were prepared. So they were like adult scouts, better than me. And I just said, no, I'm sleeping. So anyway, you want to dress warmly when you go out in the cold. You want to protect yourself. Primary prevention, okay? Practicing good health habits, preventing bad habits from forming, identifying and eliminating risk factors to help prevent disease. And so what are some of these risk factors? Anyone know some risk factors? I'm going to give them to you anyway. A risk factor is something that increases the chance or the risk of getting a disease. Some risk factors can't be changed, like age, gender, race. Those things we can't change. That's what we're born with. That's what happens with time. What else, right? Some risk factors can be changed though. Dietary habits, sun exposure, exercising, smoking. All those are habits that can be changed. One thing that they really wanted to emphasize in the workbook is the effect of tobacco products, alcohol, and other harmful substances. I'm going to start with tobacco and smoking in particular. Smoking leads to disease and disability and harms nearly every organ of the body. And this isn't just regular smoking, this is also vaping. More than 16 million Americans are living with a disease caused by smoking today. Smoking causes cancer, heart disease, stroke, lung disease, diabetes, and chronic obstructive pulmonary disease, COPD, which includes emphysema and chronic bronchitis. So there's a lot of things that smoking can do. And some of them kill, some of them really have an effect on the overall health, and some of them lead to other diseases that kill. Other things, drinking. Drinking will harm your health. We already know it's haram. But in America, excessive alcohol abuse leads to, over the last, this is data from 2011 to 2015. Over those 5 years, there was 100,000 deaths each year because of alcohol use, excessive alcohol use in particular. And it leads to liver disease, usually cirrhosis of the liver. It kills the liver. Further, excessive drinking was responsible for 1 in 10 deaths among working age adults between the ages of 20 to 64. So it affects people in a huge age range. And in 2016, 10,497 people died in alcohol-impaired driving crashes, accounting for more than a quarter of all traffic-related deaths in the United States. Alcohol is a problem in America. It is a problem in the world, but it is a huge problem, in particular when it's excessive use and when it has to do with impaired driving. So why preventable habits help? Well, when you're young, you're usually in good health, right? You exercise, you don't smoke. As you get older, you develop bad habits or you don't care. And these bad habits can lead to serious health problems later, like the heart or with the lungs or diabetes. And preventable habits will help you live better and longer. So what are the 7 warning signs of cancer? And I want you to look for a trend here. One of them, it starts with C, change in bowel or bladder habits. A sore throat, a sore that does not heal, not a sore throat, a sore that does not heal. U, unusual bleeding or discharge. T, thickening or a lump in the body. I, indigestion or difficulty in swallowing. O, obvious changes in warts or moles. N, nagging cough or hoarseness. So what does that spell?
Caution.
Good job. I gave it away. Well done. Spells caution. So caution, we want to have caution. If you see any of these signs, that's time to go see a doctor, okay? Don't freak out. Usually very rare in youth to see most of these types of cancers, but cancer is something that affects us all. It affects a lot of people's families. It affects it, and it can be preventable. It can be stopped. And it's important to keep our eyes open for those. Youth factors that affect cardiovascular fitness in adulthood. Okay, so what kind of youth factors affect cardiovascular fitness? Give me an idea, guys. Scouts, what is one of the things that can cause heart disease? Anyone? Got a little-
Not eating well.
Not eating well, very good. And that can lead to obesity, right? So being too heavy, that can lead to heart issues down the road. High blood pressure, high blood cholesterol, right? If we eat things that have a lot of fats in them, if we eat eggs all day or eat fried foods all day, that's going to cause high cholesterol. Diabetes, that has a big impact on the heart health. Smoking, gender. So men, unfortunately, are more predisposed to predisposed meaning are more at risk of getting heart disease than women are. Exercise. If we don't exercise enough, we're going to be more lazy. I should have gone hiking this morning now, but we're going to be more lazy and we're not going to be as healthy. We're not going to get the exercise that we need to keep our heart healthy. And then, of course, family history. If there's a family history of heart disease, there's a higher risk that we ourselves will get heart disease. Now, something I'm pretty fond of, pretty aware of, because I am a dentist, but your dental health. Did you know that your oral health offers clues about your overall health, or that problems in your mouth can affect the rest of your body? Any of you know that already?
No.
No, now you do, Bashir. So I will tell you that people, like for example, my great-grandfather, he used to breed horses. And you know what the first thing he would do to look at when he was going to look at purchasing a horse or checking the health of his existing horses? The first thing that he would do is he would go and open the lips and take a look at the teeth. The teeth are a very good indicator of the overall health of that horse. If you ever watch, like the dog show that happens after the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade, one of the main things that they do after they, do the little dance with the dog around the stadium and go up and down, jump and do cute things, whatever, they put them up on a stage, on a little pedestal, and they actually open their lips and take a look at the teeth. The teeth are a huge sign of the health of that animal. And guess what? We're mammals too. And our teeth are a big indicator of our overall health as well. And this is actually data from the Mayo Clinic, okay? Healthy teeth, right? What would you rather have, healthy teeth or diseased teeth, right? This is severe decay in teeth. Also some gum disease here. How do we keep them healthy, right? You gotta brush. You gotta brush them well. Make sure you angle your toothbrush. Get it along the gum lines. Go to all the surfaces of the teeth, the biting surface of the teeth, the outside, the inside, along the gum line. Clean all the surfaces. Spend a couple of minutes brushing your teeth twice a day, okay? Floss. Flossing is important. That's one huge element that a lot of people don't do. And it's unfortunate because these are all, again, when we were talking about preventable diseases, cavities and gum disease is completely preventable if we have good oral hygiene. And how to care for your teeth and gums. Brushing twice a day, 2 minutes each time. Flossing once per day. Getting a routine, getting routine checkups and cleanings done twice a year. Okay, so regular cleanings are important for your oral health, for your dental health. Now, let's move on. What does personal fitness mean to you? So you recall we had this slide up earlier, right? There are 4 elements of personal fitness. It's the exact same slide, but we added the 2A now. There's 4 components, right? Social fitness, mental and emotional fitness, spiritual fitness, and physical health and physical fitness. It's really important that you understand that not every two people are not the exact same when it comes to total fitness either. It's different for everyone. Your level of personal fitness, your highest quality of life, is dependent and determined by your level of all 4 of those components. All 4 components interact, so neglecting one of them can affect the others. Like, let's say we don't have a good mental state at the moment. If we don't have a good mental state, it's hard to have a good physical state and a good spiritual state and a good social state. One affects the other components of this picture, okay? And too much of one can affect the others as well. So if we overdo, let's say, for example, if we overdo the physical fitness, we don't have much time for spiritual fitness or social fitness. And you're going to see that as we go through these slides. So how do you measure these components, these 4 elements, right? How do you measure those? You can do it. It can be measured, but it's not easy. It's not really quantifiable in some cases. But for our purposes, we're really only going to be tracking and measuring, actually measuring the physical fitness. But we're going to talk about all the others. And what is spiritual fitness for us? Anyone want to take this one? What does spiritual fitness mean to you?
Religious things? Like,
Good. Religious things. Absolutely. Anything else? Say again?
Praying?
Praying. Absolutely. Absolutely. Every scout has a duty to God, but we as Muslims, we have a duty to Allah. We have to submit to Allah, subhanahu wa ta'ala, right? We say it in our scout oath and scout law, right? And we are expected to recognize our duty to Allah and the religious principles of Islam every day, right? That means praying 5 times a day. That means when we can give zakat and go for Hajj. And obviously the Shahada is so important, right? Our actual Iman, our belief that Allah is always watching us. This is vital. And of course, fasting. The month of Ramadan is just a couple of months away, inshallah, right? So preparing for that month of Ramadan and asking Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala for us to be able to see that month is important as well, right? So all of this is really important for our spiritual fitness. And if we embody the rules and laws that Muhammad ﷺ laid down for us so beautifully through his sunnah, through the seerah of Muhammad ﷺ, through the principles that the Quran has provided, through all the things that your parents have taught you, that you've learned from all your religious instructors and scholars and imams over the years, if you embody those things, you will have great spiritual fitness. But then we also have to look at the other elements, mental health, right? And in today's day and age, during coronavirus, when many people are sort of sheltered in place and locked in their homes and aren't going out as much as we used to, mental health is even tougher. And that's where we have to rely upon some of our spiritual fitness and our family and our friends, and sometimes even things like a Zoom call or hanging out outside or whatever it may be, or working out in a safe space where you have masks and you have proper distancing and whatnot. That's important in today's day and age. But it's being free of excessive anxiety and worry that interfere with school, family, friendships, and a healthy social life. Anxiety and worry are normal parts of life, but when it becomes excessive, it's not healthy. We should have some anxiety. We should worry about things. We want to do well on the next test. We want to, make our parents happy with us. We want to make our teachers happy with us. We want to make our Scoutmasters happy with us. We want to make sure that we are doing good and we're doing the right thing, right? But at the same time, we don't want to go too overboard with that. We want to have balance, right? Don't be afraid to talk to someone if you have too much anxiety, you're worried. People that you trust, your parents, your friends, an imam, whoever it might be, to get advice, to get what you need to get over that, okay? Now, what does it mean to be physically healthy, right? Anyone want to chime in here? What does it mean to be physically healthy?
Exercising.
Exercising, excellent. Being able to do vigorous physical work without getting too tired and still having energy to do normal things. That's a typo, by the way. That should be 2 O's. Anyways, there's 4 elements of physical health as well. There's the cardiovascular endurance. What does cardiovascular mean? Anyone? Anyone know what cardio means? Anyone knows cardiologist?
Like running or jogging.
Good. Cardiovascular is definitely running and jogging. It's heart health, being able to pump that blood. Cardio means heart and vascular means the vessels. That's the blood vessels that run throughout our body. Being able to endure that during those physical activities, right? Muscular strength and endurance. I want to be able to make sure our muscles are strong and can handle certain exercises. Flexibility. Now that's sort of kind of muscle, but that's more ligaments and tendons and joints. And then body composition, right? We don't want to have too much fat on us. If we can avoid it, please take away the scribbles. Thank you very much. I don't know how to take care of that. But let's see if I can. Oh, thanks. All right. All right. So what does it mean to be socially healthy? Right? You see this picture down below. A lot of us went to Indiana Dunes just about this time, in a couple of months, not quite a year ago. That was our last actual camp out, unfortunately. But what does social health mean to you all? Anyone?
Does it mean like you're with someone?
Yeah, absolutely. Social definitely means with people. There's no doubt. But social health means social fitness is living the Scout law, the motto, the slogan, and oath. It's trying to live these Scout virtues to make you socially fit. Think about it. The Scout who's recognized as a Scout by his actions rather than by a uniform has embodied that Scout law. And social health is friendship. Everyone needs someone to talk to and share feelings with. It's communication. This means being a good listener and a good talker. Accepting others and accepting someone without judging them. Right? Spending time with friends helps strengthen friendships and builds understanding, trust, and respect. All these things, friendship, communication, accepting others, spending time with others, that is social health, okay? Are you living in a way that your risk of preventable diseases is minimized? This is a new topic now. This is a question that you have to answer on your own. This is 3A. If you look in the workbook, this area, it's got like a paragraph kind of style area to fill out, but this is something you got to answer, and you got to base it upon everything you've just learned here. Are you immunized and vaccinated according to the advice of your healthcare provider and the direction that your parents or guardians have given you? Right here down at the bottom, you'll see an immunization sort of plan, like things like rotavirus and HIV and MMR. And MMR stands for measles, mumps, and rubella, right? Varicella, Hep A, Hep B. It goes over a lot of these different HPV, human papillomavirus. So all these are different immunizations that they want to give at certain times along the route. Some people are very anti-vaccine. It's up to them. But you want to discuss this with your parents, write down your answers. There is exactly no right answer for some of this, but vaccines have been proven to stop many diseases. And I'll leave it at that. Now, going back to something that was earlier, but it goes a little further into, remember we talked about alcohol, tobacco? We're going to go a little further into some of this. I want you to talk about what health, obviously all of you are alhamdulillah free of alcohol, tobacco, and drugs, but would this, along with poor nutrition, have an impact on health? And I want to hear your answers. Hello? Come on, guys. No one? All right, you're gonna have to write it out for yourselves then. But bad habits obviously are harmful to your health. All right, nutrition. If your body doesn't get the nutrients it needs, it will not function at its best. Poor nutrition can lead to fatigue, lack of energy, slow healing of injuries, dehydration, weight loss, fat buildup. There's 6 essential nutrients, and they come from the foods that we eat, such as proteins. They're essential for cell growth and repair, also help make antibodies. Fat, it's from cell walls. It forms all of our cell membranes, actually, not cell walls. Carbohydrates, they serve as a main source of energy for our muscles and nervous system. Water, essential to your life, right? Vitamins, they help with bodily chemical reactions. And minerals also help with those chemical reactions. Now, what are the advantages of getting a full night's sleep? Anyone?
If you're freer or something,
Yep.
or you you sleep early.
If you go to sleep early, you get a much better night's sleep and you wake up refreshed, right? It can help you get sick less often too. It helps you maintain a healthier weight. It helps lower the risk of serious health problems like diabetes and heart disease. It reduces stress, improves your mood. You think more clearly and you do better in school and at work. Get along better with people. You're just in a better mood overall. It's a good thing to have better sleep. Now, a nutritious, balanced diet and why it's important. There's different food groups, right? Anyone want to tell me some of the food groups?
Fruits, vegetables,
Excellent.
proteins,
Proteins?
dairy.
Yes, excellent. I'm very impressed. You got almost all of them there. The only one that was missing was meats and legumes, but that's excellent. Well done, Ibrahim. Anyone know the importance of these food groups? Well, healthy diet is essential for good health and nutrition. Protects you against many chronic diseases like heart disease, diabetes, cancer. And eating a variety of foods and consuming less salt and sugars and saturated industrial produced trans fats are essential for a healthy diet. You know, trans fats was like a buzz term a few years ago. You don't hear it as often, but trans fats not good for you. They used to be in a lot of different oils that were used in fast food chains, and a lot of them had to change because of pressure. which is a good thing sometimes. You know, having some checks and balances helps maintain overall health of the community at large. All right, now here's the areas you got to answer some questions yourself, because these are not answers I can give. Do you participate in a regular exercise program or recreational activities? That's 3F. 3G, what are you doing to demonstrate your duty to God? 3H, do you spend quality time with your family and friends in social and recreational activities? And 3I, do you support family activities and efforts to maintain a good home life? So we talked about the areas of physical fitness, right? Those 4 components: social, mental, emotional, spiritual, and physical health and physical fitness, right? We talked about those. What I need from you in 4B here is you need to reflect and think about your weakest and strongest area of physical fitness, right? Remember we talked about those 4: social fitness, mental, emotional, spiritual, physical health, and physical fitness. Think about which one you're the weakest at, which one you're the strongest at, and what are you going to do to help improve the weakest area, right? You need balance in those 4 areas. It's vital. If you know your weaknesses, you can begin to strengthen them. The scout who eats the right things but does not exercise is not going to do well in physical activities. You might be tall and strong, but not good at balance. Recognize that, work on it, right? Now there's a program called Scout Strong, which is defined by fit, fuel, and fun, right? And Scout Strong can lead to healthy, lifelong habits. If you exercise a lot, but don't eat properly though, you can cramp up and you can get tired or even sick. A scout who works and plays hard during the day, but doesn't eat or sleep well will be weak the next day. So in order to be Scout Strong, you got to make the best use of your physical talents, but also be strong in all 4 aspects that we talked about, right? The social fitness, the mental fitness, the spiritual fitness, and the physical fitness. So how do the 4 components relate to the Scout Oath and Scout Law, right? All right, who's going to help me with this? I need someone to give me the Scout Oath, Scout Law, Scout Slogan, Scout Motto. We'll go easy. Let's start with the easy ones. Scout Slogan.
Be prepared.
Good job. Okay, Scout Motto.
Do a good turn daily.
Okay, Maz is saying something. Maz, say it on the thread.
It's do a good turn daily.
Do good turn daily is
There
the
you go. That's the actual Scout slogan.
Scout slogan is do a good turn daily. Yes?
Yes.
Okay, and Scout motto?
Be prepared.
Thank you. Okay, so
There you go.
okay, good. All right. I want you all to unmute yourselves. Okay, got a couple so far. Got a few more. Waiting on a few more to unmute themselves. All right, what's the Scout motto?
Motto?
Yes, Scout motto.
Oh. Do a good turn daily.
Nope. Good try.
Be prepared.
Thank you. All right, everyone, what is the Scout motto?
Be prepared. Be prepared.
Okay, good. What is the Scout motto?
Be prepared.
Well done. What is the Scout slogan?
Do a good turn daily.
Do a good turn daily.
Yes, very good. Do a good turn daily is the Scout slogan. Scout motto?
Be prepared.
Be prepared.
Be prepared. Very good. Okay, now it's gonna be hard. Scout oath.
I'll do my honor
On my honor, I will do my best.
to do my duty to
My honor,
my
I
country.
will guide my
Scout laws.
help other people at all times. Keep myself physically Strong, mentally awake, and morally straight.
Very good. Was that Yusuf or Hamza saying
Okay,
that?
Umar, did you catch any of that?
Both of us.
Nice job, Sheikh brothers. MashaAllah. It starts with on my honor. I will do my best. I'm going to start it off for you guys again. Let's do it one more time. On my honor.
Honor, I will do my
Honor,
best.
I'll do my best to do my duty.
Guide my
God, my
and
God.
to obey the scout law. To
People
help
all
others
times,
at all times, to keep myself
keep us mentally awake, morally straight, and
That's it. That's it.
mentally awake and morally
Good
straight.
job. Alhamdulillah. Well done. Last one. Scout law.
A scout is trustworthy, loyal, helpful,
Friendly,
helpful, reverent.
Wow. I am impressed. MashaAllah. Some of you got this. Some of you got this. So how do those four components, remember we were talking about the four components of physical fitness? How do those relate to the Scout Oath and Scout Law? Anyone want to talk about that?
in the Scout Law, it says, physically strong, mentally awake, and morally straight. That covers like 3 of them.
That covers 3 of them, right? But where does that spiritual fitness fit into that one then? It's still in the Scout
Morally
Oath
straight.
somewhere, right?
Morally straight.
To do my duty to God.
Good. Duty to God. Very good. Omer and Yusuf or Hamza. MashaAllah. Well done. So it's all in there, right? Being personally fit allows you to be cheerful, strong, mentally awake, helpful, prepared. The duty to God, right? And also helps you to remember to do a good turn daily. That good turn daily, it is something that helps you not just with physical fitness, but overall personal fitness. It just helps you be a better person, right? These elements that we've learned and we recite at a lot of meetings. We should do it more often, but at our meetings when we go over the Scout Oath, Scout Law, Scout Slogan, Scout Motto, all those things are things that are embodied by the Hadith, by our actions of our Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. Those are all very important, and we want to ensure that all of you practice those things regularly. So if you can relate to those things, you will be a better person. Nutrition comes with that too. Our Prophet ﷺ ate a very, very unique diet, much different than what most of us eat daily or weekly. You know, he only ate meat once a week, but he was extremely healthy. He was very, very fit, mashallah. But the importance of good nutrition, right? A healthy diet prevents malnutrition. It helps protect from diseases like obesity, heart disease, diabetes, cancer, and stroke. Today, many people's diets consist of more saturated fat, trans fats, sugars, and more sodium than fruits, vegetables, and dietary fiber. So, unfortunately, we're moving, as a country, we've moved away from a healthier diet when we used to get things from farms, when we used to eat things straight from the land. Now with things that are more packaged and processed, we're eating more fats, more sugars, more sodium. And our body's health reflects what we put into it. You know that comment of you are what you eat? It holds true. And with this section 5 here, there are some questions for you to answer here. What does good nutrition mean to you, right? That's important for me to know in terms, and for any merit badge counselor to know, what does good nutrition mean to you? How good nutrition is related to the other components of personal fitness, right? Those 4 components of personal fitness. What does good nutrition mean in relationship to that? And how do you maintain a healthy weight, right? This is not an easy question to answer, but it's something I want you to think about. Maybe do a little research and write down, how do you help maintain a healthy weight? Requirement number 6, though. Now this is where it gets really into the fitness element of it, the physical fitness element of it. And you need to do these in requirement 6 before you jump into 7 and 8. Now 7 and 8 is the 12-week part, okay? Requirement 6 is a three-day part to it. there's an initial test that each of you has to do. There's an aerobic fitness test where you either run or walk for 9 minutes or for 1 mile as fast as you can. There's a flexibility test where you do this thing called sit and reach. And I'm going to show you in a slide in a moment what sit and reach is. And then there's 3 strength tests. There's sit-ups, push-ups, pull-ups for 60 seconds each, and documenting how many sit-ups, push-ups, or pull-ups you're able to do in those 60 seconds. So you want to do those before requirements 7 and 8. All right. Now, when you complete these, right, you want to fill this form out. This is all part of 6A, which is the aerobic fitness test, the flexibility test, and the strength test. And you fill this out right in this form that you see in your workbook. You want to complete those tests as described in the personal fitness merit badge pamphlet, record them, and identify those areas that you feel the need to improve. But before you do any of these exercises in 6A, you want to do some warm-up exercises. You want to warm up first 5 to 10 minutes of low intensity movements. And I have a picture here showing a few of them. It's very similar. I don't know if any of you have been to Gaines Fit Club in Oakwood Terrace. They always do a warm-up before any workout where you'll do some exercise, where you'll stretch your neck. And that number one is where you're rotating side to side. Number 2 one, you're just doing basically like a jumping jack kind of motion, but just slow motions, moving the arms out. Number 3, this one is just rotating the arms. Number 4 is one where you actually are doing some jumps. This is more ballistic kind of exercise. Number 5 is a lunge. Number 6 is a toe touch. Number 7 is a squat. And number 8 is a trunk rotation. Okay, so you do these for a while, stretch out your muscles, stretch out your joints, and then you begin those exercises. Those warm-ups are going to help decrease the chance of injury, and they're going to get your body's muscles, heart, and metabolism ready to exercise. Now, once you've done those, the one thing that I know a lot of you might be having questions about is that flexibility test. And here's what this is. Now, they made one here with a box and a ruler. It doesn't have to be this complicated. You just use a chair. A chair is the easiest way to do this. A sit and reach is an easy way to measure flexibility of your lower back and the back of the thighs. This test uses a special sit and reach box or a chair or a yardstick taped to a bench, and it works many joints and muscles, including the hips, the shoulders, and the ankles. And so you start with a starting position. Basically, put the chair up against your wall. And imagine that's a chair seat that you're sitting up against. And you put your legs underneath the chair, up against the wall, and you keep your knees fully extended. So you basically keep your legs straight. Keep your legs straight and right up against the wall here. And what you're going to do is sometimes you have to have someone help you hold your knees flat, and you extend your arms forward and you place your hands on top of each other, palms down, and bend at the hips and see how far those hands can go. Can you get your hands all the way to the back of the chair? If you can't, that's okay. But this is a stretching exercise to measure your lower back flexibility. And how do you quantify? I'm going to go back a slide. So what you do here is you hold that stretch for 15 seconds. And you do it, they ask you to do 4 times, 4 repetitions. And you hold it for 15 seconds, and that's how far your stretch can go. And an easy way to do it, if you want to put a ruler on your chair, you can. It's an easier way to quantify how far it is from the chair, but you just got to make sure you use the same chair when you check again later on. All right? So that's called a sit and reach. All right. Another thing you want to do, and this is part of 6 that you do before number 7 and 8. In 6B, what you do is you keep track of what you eat and drink for 3 days. And the reason they want you to do this is because they want to see your eating habits. So you write down each meal, like basically whatever you had for breakfast, maybe skip a line or just draw a line at the bottom of breakfast, what you had for lunch, if you had a snack, what you had for the snack, what you had for dinner, every day for 3 days. And this helps us understand what kind of diet you're maintaining. And you keep track of that for 3 days. And then you also identify 3 goals that you want to work on in terms of trying to be healthier. Then you do number 7. After you've done those 3 days and you've done that initial set of exercises, now you start coming up with a game plan. You make a 12-week fitness routine, a program that uses the results of your physical fitness tests. And make sure you include exercises that incorporate endurance, intensity, and warm-up guidelines. And you're going to find lots of examples of exercises in the Personal Fitness Merit Badge pamphlet, which there's a link for, and it will be a link in the YouTube description later on. So write down a few warm-ups that you're going to do. Write down the aerobic exercises that you're going to do every day. Write down the strength exercises, the flexibility exercises, and the cool down. Now, the warm-up and cool down are going to help prevent injury and going to help prevent soreness. And you don't want to try and run for the hills and do the best you can. I mean, and like overdo it on day 1. You want to slowly work your way up. And after 12 weeks, you want to see that change. You want to see that improvement over the course of 12 weeks. You want to complete this physical fitness program outlined, and this is where you document it in this section number 8. So everything that you outlined in number 7 is where you keep that log of the 12 weeks. It's basically a 12-week challenge in essence. And so you write down the dates, you start documenting how you're doing, and you want to quantify this every 4 weeks during the 12-week challenge and look at the change as well. Let's say your 9-minute run or walk, you're able to do, I don't know, 0.75 miles initially. The goal is hopefully by the end of 12 weeks that 9-minute run or walk, you're doing a lot more in that same amount of time. Okay, the objective here, or if you do the 1-mile run or walk, hopefully you're going to see your time drop over the course of 12 weeks. And the objective here is that you are getting better, you're improving yourself. Okay, now this is specific to fitness, but there's the spiritual aspect as well. There's the social aspect as well. There's the mental aspect as well. You know, when we work out, we actually release endorphins as well, which are certain hormones in the brain that actually make us feel good. So inshallah, as you continue to do this, you're going to find yourself feeling better. And you're going to see that you're going to improve yourself. And, you know, one of the elements of being a good scout, obviously, is, you know, being physically strong, right? Mentally awake, morally straight. But physically strong is important too in life. Right? We want you to be strong. We want you to be able to take care of yourself and inshallah in the future, your own families. And these are some of the steps that you're going to do that inshallah will help create some change in your life. So work on this. And I really want you to get a lot out of this. And I want to discuss with you how well you've met your healthy eating goals over those 12 weeks. Discuss the meaning and the benefit of your experience. Describe your long-term plans regarding your personal fitness. And inshallah, number 9 is a little bit more simple. This is more research on your own. This is simple compared to all the rest. But what I want you to do is also research and write down 3 careers in personal fitness. Not necessarily one that you're going to go into, but I want you to understand that there are careers in personal fitness. And pick one of the 3 and write that down. Research and write down the education, training, and experience required for that profession. And discuss that with me or any personal fitness merit badge counselor. And when you're getting those signatures and completion of your personal fitness merit badge, I want you to make sure you bring a complete copy of your personal fitness merit badge workbook. If you do it digitally, send it to me by email. It is my last name, Haque, H-A-Q-U-E, D-M-D, @gmail.com. Or if you want, just text me with either your parent or another scout on a thread on WhatsApp and send it to me through a channel that way. But I'm a little more old school. The written one is really great because you want to keep everything together, keep it in a binder. But if you want to keep it digital, keep it into a folder that's like a Google Drive folder, maybe a OneDrive box, there's a lot of different online storage, iCloud, whatever your storage is online. Keep it somewhere where you can access it again and that you can open it again. So don't fill out the whole form digitally. and try to save it and it's messed up and it didn't save. That's really depressing. So try and just fill out like a couple lines, see if when you save it, you can open it again, maybe either on your phone or on another computer, or close it out completely, open it again, see if it's there. Because I've had scouts in the past that type it all up, they save it, but it doesn't save anything that they typed. And it really depends on what PDF browser you're using or whatever. I'm not exactly sure. They're all very different from each other. So that's why it's a lot easier to print it out, write it out, and it's there physically. Have a blue card ready. If you don't have it ready, it's okay. I have some. When you come over, wear your mask and bring another scout or a parent with you. You always want to have a 2-to-1 ratio, and we'll have those filled out and we'll get you, inshallah, all squared away after 12 weeks. Push yourself to be better. You know, this personal fitness merit badge is not just physical fitness, right? We talked about the social aspect, the mental aspect, the spiritual aspect of it. But all of those elements, the objective here is to make yourself a better person. Make yourself a stronger person in all those elements, spiritually, mentally, physically, emotionally. Push yourself to be better, and you will be. Work hard. Enjoy the fruits of your labor. Work hard, and inshallah, you will see the change that happens in you in almost every aspect. Okay, so work at it. Inshallah, I'm looking forward to seeing the results of this. MashaAllah, I'm very proud of all of you for sticking through with all this. Inshallah, I'm hoping to get back towards our physical meeting soon. Inshallah, today also was another one of those days. I was minus God knows what temperature this morning, and it's still super cold out. But inshallah, next week we're back into the 30s, and hopefully we can do something outdoors again or something outside. Brother Saad Khan had talked about perhaps doing something at a car dealership where we do some sort of automotive learning. And there is an automotive maintenance merit badge that actually I know Omer and I believe Malik, a couple of scouts got the automotive maintenance merit badge recently. But anyways, when you get a chance, please start filling these forms out. Please start testing yourselves and getting yourselves to be more personally fit, physically fit, spiritually fit, emotionally fit, and just be a better scout, inshallah, be a better person, inshallah, in the end of it all. All right? Any questions at all? If there are none, I am going to end the meeting. I really appreciate all of your time and attention. Take care. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Walaikum assalam wa barakatuh.
Assalamualaikum.
Assalamu.